All right, so we made it to the end. This is the review of the 10 coins that I evaluated for the month of June. So if you don't know, I went through and picked out 10 coins that I really thought had some potential. I reviewed them, I looked over them a little bit and figured out which ones I liked. Then I went through and actually purchased each of them, did a deep dive into them. If there were, NFTs and games and things related, I played the games, I interacted with the websites, went way down deep and tried to figure out what real value there was in each of these coins and what potential they had going forward. Now I want to come back together and I want to put them all together in one video. I'll put links through to each of those other videos if you want to buy the coin, if you want to see the deep dive. But here's your chance to learn about 10 new coins that were released last month and what potential they hold going forward. Warning, I am not a financial advisor and this is not investment advice. Seek a professional. One important thing to know before you start in on this is that there is risk galore in crypto. As we all know, there's rug pulls, there's scams, there's all kinds of different things. So far, I've only figured out one way to absolutely mitigate the risk and make sure that you have no worries, and that's to get your crypto for free. That's right, go to getmyfreecrypto.com below, and I'm going to teach you how to sign up for airdrops that are going on literally every single week, giving free crypto. This is one way you cannot lose. The crypto goes up in value, you sell it, it goes down in value. Who cares? It was free. Go to getmyfreecrypto.com. You don't want to miss out on this Airdrop Masterclass because we are going to be taking it off the free market soon. At number 10, we have the Hero token, and I'm going to join in with number 9, the Honor token, and just talk about them side by side together. So this project was interesting to me because they did dual tokens. They did one on Binance and one on Polygon, the two low gas fee networks that are out there. And then they combined a bunch of things. They had NFTs, they had gaming, they had farming, pools, staking, all kinds of different pieces of the puzzle put together. So you had a lot of different options to interact with this platform. And I thought it was really interesting, the Farm Hero platform. But I will tell you, when I dove in a little deeper, it wasn't nearly as fun as I had hoped. The games felt like these random chance games, but they also didn't feel... It kind of felt like being at a carnival where you wondered if everything was on the up and up. I'm not trying to say there's anything wrong. I have no reason to believe there's anything wrong with this company, but I will tell you, when I interacted with the games, I felt like I was getting a little bit ripped off along the way. So it wasn't too fun. I played the FOMO game, I played the auction game, and I played the rolling game, and none of them made me want to come back and put more into it. And I think that's a big problem. If the games aren't fun and they're not something that people will want to come back and put their money into again, that they didn't enjoy the experience of, it's going to be very hard to grow the token. They might be able to grow it strictly on some of the investment side of it, the pools and the staking. There's some high numbers coming out of there. But coming out of this one, I think that they have a lot of potential, but I think they're going to have to do some upgrades before this is really going to grow and take off. Coming in at number 8, I have the Pea Farm. So Pea Farm, a lot of people put a lot of money into it. It's got some big numbers going on right away. It's an older blockchain project that got resold to a new owner, and it looked like he was doing great with it. He's actually got a game, which is really interesting. There's an actual working prototype level, but it's functional game, which is awesome. That puts it light years ahead of a lot of these other companies that are out there just with an idea and selling some NFTs. But my big problem with this one is strictly on price. So when you dive in on the game, it's about $6 to buy a cherry tree, which is a little pricey for a game, but acceptable. Then it goes up through the moon from there. It's $600 for a chicken, it's $3,000 for a cow, and you don't get specific details on the value of what you're going to get back from each of these. So it becomes very hard to invest a lot of money into them with no idea what you're going to get back, and you're investing massive sums of money, thousands and thousands of dollars to play this game. So I think they're going to struggle until they figure out a new fee system, a new fee structure, some way to make it, maybe a second token where you stake the first token and you get the second one and you buy the things with that. I'm not sure, but they're going to have to develop a better way because I don't think people are going to be willing to invest $6,000 into cow. I mean, you can buy a real cow for $6,000. At number 7, we've got the Beta Pulsar token. Now this one excited me a lot, and this was actually the game that I was most excited to play. It's like an alien battle game. So you buy Beta Pulsar token, you go in and play this bounty hunter alien game where you go, battle against all kinds of different things and mafias and drug cartels and different in an alien world. And then from that you win this BNT token, take that one into a second level of battles where you've got these little, where you actually buy these alien pets and they fight against each other. And from that you can win more of the first token, the B pull, and you sit there and cycle it through this game, and that's supposed to be basically how it works. And then you can take it at some point and stake it and farm it and pool it and do all those other different things with it like you can most DeFi platforms. This one was a little more fun than the first ones, but in the end I spent $60 B pull, which was about $18, and bought my first bounty hunter, played my first bounty hunter mission. My bounty hunter died, and so I received no BNT, no tokens of any kind in return. So basically I spent $60 or $18, 60 B pulls to read a 3-page story about aliens killing me. You can jump on if you want to. I've got a link through the video where I actually show this happening. You can just read my story and save yourself the $18. So just, there was no actual gameplay. It was just read the text of it. And in the end, I just didn't find it to be that exciting or fun or, make me want to come back for it either. I would have liked it if, I understand sometimes you're going to lose in these games, sometimes you're going to win, and maybe if I'd won, it would have felt a lot more fun. But I'd like it if I lose for there to at least have been some entertainment value, and I didn't feel like that was really there. I have a lot of hope for them going forward. I think they're going to develop this game, and they're going to keep growing on it, and it may turn out that token becomes really valuable because of this. But at this point, it's not a token I would go back and invest more money into. Coming in at number 6, I've got the Hypersign Identity token. So this is one where I really like the idea behind where they're going, the problem that they're solving. They're trying to work on logins, identity logins, and trying to keep it so that, a company that doesn't have to store all of your personal data on their server in order to let you log into that platform and prove credentials of who you really are. Trying to put this out on the blockchain. I think it's a great idea, and I hope that they are successful. Execution sounds incredibly difficult on this. I'm not a security expert in any way. They seem to have a good team put together. So this is one where I really think that there's some definite potential. I think it's going to be a little bit of a longer road because people are comfortable with passwords and the things they have, and it's going to be a little harder to convince them to change over to this. But I think if they get it going, it really could grow and become something very valuable. So big fan of Hypersign Identity. I'm going to hold on to the tokens that I picked up here and just see where they go in the long run. Coming in at number 5, I got the April Oracle. So April Oracle, if you're not familiar with an Oracle, what an Oracle is, it's a source of information. So whenever you build smart contracts on the blockchain, whether it be Ethereum or Binance or Polygon, wherever you're building them, and you build some platform, all you essentially have is the information contained within the blockchain. You don't know the weather, you don't know who won last night's sporting events, and you don't know the price of crypto out there. None of that information that exists outside the blockchain is there. So you need an oracle, which is a trusted source for that information to get accurate data. For some of these contracts that are going on, it's absolutely crucial. And in particular, one of the things that I mentioned that's crucial is the price of different crypto. This can be a really difficult one. You've got exchanges all across the globe, and they're all transacting at different speeds on different networks. How do you keep track of it all? Well, that's what the April Oracle is aiming to do. They've got some technology that they say is going to allow them to be significantly faster than everyone else and get more accurate data from all these exchanges. They already have some partnerships and they're already working with some people to get this data. So I think they're well on their way, and it looks like a team that can actually pull this off and execute it. If they do, could become a really valuable one. Most likely, if they are the fastest and most accurate, they will become the standard, and every DeFi platform will need to have this as part of their infrastructure. So I like this one. I think it's a great one. I think the adoption cycle is very easy. If people do decide to, if this does to take off, I think DeFi platforms are going to adopt it very nice and easy and quickly. And it looks like a potential, problem solving and team that can do it. So another one that I'm excited on, I'm just going to hang on to my April Oracle tokens. I'm going to let them sit in the corner and see what happens and peek back at them every once in a while. Who knows, maybe down the road, if I like it even more, I might pick some more up. Coming in at number 4, we've got the TronPad. So TronPad is basically a port over to the Tron network of BSCPad. And BSCPad is a very, very successful Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. It's not an ecosystem. It's just a product that was put on top. Basically what they do is they're like a Kickstarter. You know, they take new Binance Smart Chain coins and projects and they help get them some exposure. They help get them in the hands of some people who might want to be early adopters of that crypto. In exchange, people who hold a significant amount of the token get a chance to buy in early on these projects before they're available for public sale and have the potential to make good money. It seems to work out great. It weeds out a lot of the scammy coins and it helps some of the new companies make sure to get enough capital that they can move forward with their project. My only problem really so far is going to be that I haven't seen anything very exciting on the TronPad projects going on. You know, there were a few here and there. They're starting to get it up and going. But the ones that I've seen don't look like anything that I particularly, or most of my friends that I know that invest in blockchain would want to invest in. They're kind of just more fun and play projects, it seems like. But I think that this has got a lot of potential, and I think it's going to go in a lot of places. Because like I said, BSCPad is a fantastic, one, and they're working together, so they get to literally not just copy the model, but they get the inside information. They can talk to the people who run BSCPad and figure out how they were able to do it so successfully. So I think in the long term, this one is going to do great. Now it takes a good amount of TronPad in order to be able to get on the inside club and be able to get the early buy-ins on these. So I'm probably going to just watch them for a little while. And if it looks like those early buy-ins are making some good money, then I might jump over, invest enough, and get in on the early projects myself. But for now, I'm just going to sit back and watch it closely because I think it's got a lot of hope in the future. Coming in at number 3, I got my old friend Bogged Finance. That's right. If you're familiar, Bogged, this is not their first token, actually. This is the second token. First token was hacked. They had to go through and recreate a new contract and move everybody's tokens over, but they did it, and they did it in a good job. They did a good job of it. They were very good with their communication, and they have most of their people moved over, so seems to be a pretty happy crowd on the new platform. If you're not familiar, but what Bogged Finance does is it adds an additional layer on top of DeFi swaps to turn them into full-blown exchanges. So if you go to a Binance or a KuCoin exchange, you get candlestick charts, up to the minute, information on the market depth of the sells and the buys and where they sit. You can do your limit orders and your stop limit orders and your, trailing stop loss orders, all that kind of stuff. Well, you don't get any of that when you go to PancakeSwap or to Uniswap. You just have a very basic swap interface. Now you do. Bogged Finance actually interacts with all these different blockchains. It routes you some of the best purchasing routes, whether it be wrapped BNB, wrapped ETH, whatever it needs to go through to get it, which makes the purchasing much easier, but it gives you the charts, it gives you the graphs, it gives you the detailed information on what's going on with that coin right away, and most importantly, it gives you the option of these different limit orders. You have to be a holder of the token in order to get these special things. I right now, I have 100 Bogged, which lets me buy stop limit orders. I'd love to get up closer to the 750 to 5,000 range, which is where you start getting some of their sniper tools and their their trailing stop loss, which I'm very, very interested in getting a hold of. I'd love to be able to have a trailing stop loss option. But for right now, I just simply don't have enough coins to be able to afford that at the moment. Hopefully down the road I will be able to, or maybe the price on some of those new features will come down as they add additional features. Either way, love Bogged Finance. Going to hold on to it for a while. I think this is going to be here. Of all the ones that I've seen that work on PancakeSwap, this one is definitely the best. So I think it's going to help a lot of people who like to use that as their primary swapping. In at number 2, I've got Lossless. Now, Lossless is one that when I look at which of these coins really can go somewhere, Lossless probably has the most top-end potential to me as a real technology and to accomplish what it's doing. So what Lossless does is it creates a set of protocols that anybody can add into their smart contracts, which add a security level to them. So if you know all these, like I was talking about Bogged Finance a minute ago, if you know all of these different flash hacks that happen, they figure out a security flaw in somebody's smart contract, and they'll go in and in a matter of minutes, they'll dump hundreds of millions or millions of dollars worth of these tokens. They'll get them pulled out and just basically rob the place blind in the blink of an eye, and there's not a lot anybody can do. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's the blockchain. Well, what they've done is they've created a way to freeze these accounts through the smart contracts, and a system of intelligent things that sees some of these patterns and says, this is not a usual buying pattern, this is something's wrong, and freezes it. In fact, they even work with white hat hackers to create more of these type of protocols and reward them if they can help stop these flash hacks. I think it's something that all they have to do is successfully stop one or two of these hacks, and suddenly everybody is going to want to adopt this, and it's going to become a standard thing, a part of most DeFi protocols. Really see this one going far. At this point, they actually have real customers, so they have a functioning product. It's not just a theory and an idea, but they've got enough of their protocols done to where people are actually embedding them in their smart contracts already, much further ahead than a lot of these ones. It's not a pie in the sky idea. So this is one that I really, really like. And of all the ones that I looked at for the top 10, this is the one that I plan on putting the most into. Over time, I plan to just kind of keep an eye on it and pick some of it up and keep an eye on the project, because if this does succeed, their market cap can grow enormously. So my favorite as far as an investment of these 10 is definitely going to be Lossless. And then the number one spot, couldn't give it to anybody else, so we had to give it to the Baby DogeCoin. Yeah, that's right. Big Doge's little cousin, Baby Doge, is doing wonderfully. At the point where this video is being filmed, most of crypto looks like this, and it looks like this. It's pretty crazy. I bought in, I think 36 hours ago when I was doing some of these early videos, and at this point, it's already 3 times my investment is. This is not financial. None of this is financial advice. This is definitely not financial advice. I cannot predict what Baby Doge will do in the future, but short answer is it got tweeted out by Elon Musk. It was already a good coin. It had a better, it was a faster than the big DogeCoin. It had deflationary mechanisms, which DogeCoin does not have. So it had, some things going for it, but it didn't seem like it was doing anything tremendously unique from all of the other, DogeCoin knockoffs that are out there. But this one got tweeted. Elon Musk did a little Baby Doge tweet. And from there, boom, this thing just went, to the moon, Lambo, whatever you want to call it. I'm along for the ride. I don't think I'm going to put any more money into this one. This is probably one I'll sit on, and as it starts getting a little higher, I'll start pulling some profits off the table. Because I don't know that, I don't even fully invest in Dogecoin. I don't really get where it's going to be more useful than, say, Matic, which is just as cheap, just as fast, and it has a bunch more use cases. So in the long run, I'm not a big Doge buyer, so I don't think I'm going to stick into this one. But I'll ride it. I'll take a nice little ride on it and hopefully make a little bit on the side from the Baby Doge, all right? Well, that's it. That's your top 10 coins of the month of June. I hope this has helped you. I hope this has helped you learn and see some potential investments. Maybe learn how you evaluate potential investments and how you see value in companies and which ones might grow and become something. Something I plan to do every month. I'm going to try to work on also doing some top airdrops as well, so that you guys have some free ways to get in. But these are the coins that I picked up and bought in this project, and I really have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed learning about the process. I've enjoyed learning about the coins, and it's something I look forward to and plan to do every month. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think about the top 10 coins. Let me know what coins I might have left out. If you've bought any of these coins, if you own them yourself, tell me about it. I'd love to hear your experiences with it. Let's make this a community project. And if you have suggestions, if you know of new coins coming out next month that you want me to pick for July, or I guess it's already July, for this month, let me know. And I'll be glad to try to include them in there if they fit the criteria and fit a coin that, I would be interested in starting off investing and exploring. All right? Thank you once again. Have a great day. Much aloha.